Okay, Syria comes into this because Syria is the beginning of the end. That's when the inevitability becomes higher and higher. The likelihood becomes, I shouldn't say inevitability because inevitability means that's it. There's no turning back. Inevitability begins at the point of Nexus. Nexus will be when they actually start the depopulation of the earth in earnest. Not the setting up of it, but the actual facilitation of nuclear exchanges, and then with the civil war that'll ensue over trying to collect guns, and then unleashing the toxins and shit that they have in store, and they've already submitted us to partly with chemtrails and with what they put in our water and in our food. The war in Syria is important in that it starts a chain reaction of events towards an inevitability that would be marked by depopulation, by global depopulation. And that is the signal. When that starts, it's over. This is a good picture of the sun. You see how the sun has a skin? It has a skin. But here we're seeing, I predicted that the sunspots would change, that there would be an increased pattern in the sunspots, that they would change, and that there would be a pattern that would indicate they were being arranged, they were being focused. It's obvious. I made another serpent in the sun as a sign. That is a sunspot. I had to do something that was obvious. It's a rearrangement of solar concentrations. That's having an effect of rearranging everything. It rearranges focus. What these sunspots are going to do. I've compacted the sun back. It got rid of the fissures, right? Remember the fissures?
Yes.
They're gone.
Yes.
Okay. I stabilize the sun. Now I'm destabilizing it for being able to concentrate what I want.
Yes.
You could say this is super fissure.
Is that the last warning?
Well, it's a demonstration that something I predicted again. And so, maybe they'll wake up and understand, because we've had some cool weather, and we've had more moderate weather, which means the sun is drawing in, beginning to charge. Now, on its next breath out, they don't know when that'll occur, but if they had done what they had planned at the Olympics, and if they had done other things, I have to weigh between giving them signs and then complying with their program, what they do. When they reach a point where it's obvious that they're going to go through with their depopulation, it's over. That point hasn't been reached. It won't be reached even with the war in Syria, but it's not going to be far away when there are nuclear exchanges between Russia, China, and the United States and all the other nations that have understandings with each other and have weapons like that. I mean, imagine India. India has quite a nuclear arsenal, and Pakistan has some. And they have the delivery systems.
But it would be the Israelis to start it.
Yeah, it would probably start in Israel.
From Israel?
Yeah. It would probably start from Israel. Yeah, because those fuckers are crazy.
Yeah, from where else would it start?
Yeah.
The Americans, the Indians, and Pakistani, and Chinese, and Russian won't start.
But you see, there's no point in holding it back if they start the global depopulation shit. Yeah. If they go through with what they're doing in the Middle East, one thing will lead to another, and there's no use in interfering with the nukes or anything else, because then they'll just use something else. We've given you time, but we're not going to do it all for you. It's what I've always said. It's right along with what I've always said. I've always said depopulation is the nexus. That goddamn Turkey, I mean, they have done something to leadership in Turkey. Of course, that was obvious way back 20, 25 years ago when they put all those missile bases in Turkey.
Yeah. Mr. Erdogan's invading Syria. He's the one, together with Americans and mercenaries.
And it is so illegal. It is so rotten. They have people being shot just because they're on the street by snipers. I mean, this is monstrous. This is as bad as what they've done in Libya and everywhere else. I mean, those people want their president. The Syrians want their president.
You think he's loved by his people?
Yes.
Like Gaddafi was?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Oh, they're supporting him. They haven't been able to show any demonstrations of the people themselves against the president. None. Every time, if you'll look closely, all the people that are doing it have guns. They're not citizens of Syria. Fucking mercenaries.
They put a rag around their head and appear as...
Yeah. Well, they've got pictures. There are even British and American journalists that have taken pictures of American army contingents on the border. Thought it would be Iran. But then we didn't know what they were going to do in Syria, that they would act the way that they have. I mean, aggression, aggression, aggression. They don't have any support among the Syrian people for what they're doing. So this is a war of aggression against Syria, whether you want to call it that or not. Yeah. And these people that they're calling rebels, they're not rebels. No. They're foreign mercenaries.